Today at the Capitol, new concrete barriers placed near the now closed and padlocked entrance. Yellow police tape, the visible signs of Friday's tragedy. The suspect's car towed away from where authorities say 25-year-old Noah Green rammed a barricade in a deadly attack that killed an officer and the suspect. Today, law enforcement visited a Covington, Virginia home about 3 hours outside Washington, D.C., where the former college football player had grown up. The Washington Post reports Green's family issued a statement today citing his depression and potential mental illness, adding that Green was not a terrorist by any means. Green's motive is a key question. On social media, he wrote about losing his job. Today in Washington, flags are lowered to honor fallen officer Billy Evans. In a letter to House colleagues, Speaker Nancy Pelosi writes she conveyed the prayers of Congress to Evans' mother Janice and children Logan and Abigail. Evans grew up in Massachusetts, where family friends remember him.
I think the joy that Billy found in being a dad, the love he had for his kids, he had a terrific sense of humor.
Evans served 18 years and was a member of the First Responders Unit.
He was so proud to be, on that force and to, serve and protect our lawmakers and our country.
He was most respected among his colleagues in Washington with the Capitol Police. When they lost Billy Evans, they lost someone special.
Today, a deeply grateful U.S. Capitol Police Department acknowledged the support we've received from around the world.
And Kelly, what do we know about the second officer who was injured in the attack?
Jose, Capitol Police most recent update is that the officer is in stable condition. They've not said anything more publicly, including that officer's name. NBC News was able to get in touch with the mother of the suspect, Noah Green, who is now deceased. She declined to talk about her son publicly, but said she is cooperating with law enforcement.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.